Beautiful beings of the universe. Hello. The song that I just sang now was Bulla Ki Jana by Rabbi Shergill. And I just wanted to talk about the meaning for this song because this is by the beautiful, wise, intelligent, and enlightened master Bulla Shah. And he was a Punjabi enlightened master. He was born in 1680 in Multan province, Mughal Empire, which is currently in Punjab, but part of Pakistan. And he was in a Sayyid family. So, what actually draws me about his poetry and his work is, as Rabbi Shergill had sung, because he was an enlightened master, and he said that he does not belong to any of the caste or community. He's not a Hindu or a Jewish or a Muslim or any of that sort. He himself was unknown to his own being. And the poetry that is actually sung is so beautifully put out in the song by Rabbi Shergill. And also, I wanted to talk about one of the verse that he says, uh, this enlightened master. And he says that the mullah and the torchbearer hail from the same stock. They give light to others and themselves are in dark. So, pretty much like all of the enlightened masters, they are like giving light to others, but for their own life, they had suffered so much. Right? This is so true. So now coming to the song Bulla Ki Jana by Rabbi Shergill, I will just talk through the meaning of that, which is so beautiful. And in English, that means not a believer inside the mosque am I, nor a pagan disciple of false rites, nor the pure amongst the impure, neither Moses nor the Pharaoh. Bulle to me am not known. Not in the holy Vedas am I, nor in opium, neither in wine. Not in the drunkard's craze, neither awake, nor in a sleeping daze. Bulle to me am not known. In happiness, nor in sorrow, am I neither clean nor a filthy mire. Not from water, not from earth, neither fire nor from air is my birth. Bulle to me am not known. Not an Arab nor Lahori, neither Hindi nor Nagori, Hindu, Muslim nor Peshawari, nor do I live in Nadan. Bulle to me am not known. Secrets of religion I have not known. From Adam and Eve I'm not born. I'm not the name I assume, not in stillness nor on the move. Bulle to me am not known. I'm the first, I'm the last. None other have I ever known. I'm the wisest of them all. Bulle, do I stand alone? Bulle to me I'm not known. So deep and so profound. And it's pretty much same thing what even Nisargadatta Maharaj says. Like when you stay in I am, only in that staying as the witness, and which is devoid of everything, but that contains everything. So and I find it so much similar. That's why I wanted to talk about this today, Bulla Shah. And almost all of these masters, they are talking about the same thing. And it's so difficult when you move about in life, and you're just so much caught up in the likes and dislikes of what you see and what you hold on so tightly, so strongly, right? Like this is what I like, so this must be me. This desire of mine must is so strong, and then this is what I don't like. So you know, like the people who sort of challenge you and deny your state of existence in a lot of different ways, right? So this is the thing, because we identify ourselves so strongly with our thoughts, desires, feelings, prejudices, judgments, but we never turn back and question who is that who is actually judging these things. What Nisargadatta Maharaj said, I was again and again I listened to his talks because it's so easy to forget and remain in ignorance, and you need to remind yourself every now and then. So he says that in his book I'm That, he talks about all of these judgments and thoughts that you think is you is not you, because that is fleeting. Your feelings are also not you. And then what is the linkage between the thought and the feeling? Can you have a thought without a feeling? Or can you just have feeling without thought? Just think about it, because they are so interwoven. It's like when you light an incense stick and that has the essence that rises, the smell, the perfume, and along with that the fume. So without the smoke, there is no smell, there is no essence of the incense in itself, right? So both of these come together, similar to thoughts and feelings. But what is thought actually? Thought, like I said in my previous video, is actually sound and vision. So the two aspects, light and sound. Your aspects of seeing through eyes and listening through your ears. And these are actually, even when you're not seeing externally through your eyes and not listening externally through your facets of eardrums, but inside of you can see, right? Like even with your eyes closed, you can imagine something. You can imagine a rose right now, and that would come up in your heart or in your mind's eye. So when you say mind's eye, means what? You are thinking. So you project an image in here, outside from your brain. But actually, if you see, even your brain is not in itself. It is what comes in the brain, and you say, I'm thinking about rose, and the thought in the brain comes too fast, because like they say, you can travel so much of distance just by thought without actually moving anywhere. So when you just think of a rose, and in an instant, with not even a fraction of a second, you have the image of a rose. Or you think about sun, and then there is sun in your mind. So now the question is, what Nisargadatta Maharaj says and what Bulla Shah also says, you are actually nothing external. So all of these things we are just experiencing through the I am, but you are not any of these things. Bulla Shah poetry is put beautifully in this sense that he does not belong to any of these social norms. So he is an independent being, and not being at that level that trying to still categorize himself. He just keeps himself uncategorized. That is the beauty of that. That is what his whole teaching was all about. And they do not care about the sort of whether people are going to agree to the truth or not, because they just stood up for the truth. They just stood up for what seemed the true coming from their own self. So Nisargadatta Maharaj also talks on the same thing. And why I love all these great masters is because it gives you an immediate sense of joy, sense of bliss within. And then your whatever is your state of confusion, that seems to be cleared up before you are again enmeshed with the thoughts of desires and fears chasing you. But actually, when you have a clean state of mind, which does not have any desire nor any fear. So that is your state of awareness, your consciousness. And as Maharaj says, that you can have awareness without the consciousness, but you cannot have consciousness without the awareness. So awareness is the solid background in which everything is going on. And you have come from that. And you are not this body, you are not this mind, but you are that awareness. Now it seems pretty terrifying, because if we say, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, then it leads you in a state of pretty much unknown state. Because if you truly see what is awareness, it's something that you know and something also that you don't know. Because awareness in turn also covers that aspect of your being when you are in deep sleep state. When you are in so deep state that you are not even dreaming. So where are you then? You're not, you do not have a body. See about it. In your dream, you do not have a body, right? And sometimes you also see in your dream like you have taken a special form, but you identify that being as you. So sometimes in your dream, you might be a bird, and you identify with the living life of the bird. Wherever that eagle flies, you think in your dream, I was an eagle and I was flying through the skies, and I went through this country and that place, and then I was out in space. Dreams are weird, right? But where did this body of yours disappear at that time? Because you are not in this bodily form in the dream. And also see that in your dream, all these characters that come up, they are just spontaneous. And now, this is really tricky. Just think about that. Because if that point in time, you do not take the responsibility and say that, well, I just had a dream last night and there were so many people and I was this eagle and I was flying through this and I saw some humans below. Do you see color in your dreams? You do not know, because just think about any of the dreams that you had. And can you precisely see and explain every single thing? No, because it's a dream. It's sort of real, but it's not actually real. So even while you are dreaming, at the time you are dreaming, you are in that world and it looks very real. But when you're woken up and you say that, but where was the color? Do you remember which colored shirt you were wearing? Or what color of shoe you were wearing? Do you remember even the legs that you have in your dream? Because you see, most of the time in dream, you operate from your heart space. You are just going about and you are just knowing, you are just being that awareness, but you're not actually aware of your particular hand movements, your finger movements, your awareness of your bodily existence is just not there in your dream state. And then you go even a step back, wherein you're in a dreamless state. You are so deep that you are no more there. So where are you then? You do not even deny that you are not existing anymore. You do not even say that you are dead. You just are, without the body and without the thought and without the mind. You just are there. So who are you? And who am I? This is the only important question that needs to be understood. And if we can understand that, it's like the root of the question, which is the source. And all of the other questions that you can think about, all of the zillion of things are just the extrapolations. None of that is real. But you see, it's like the linkage between the ocean and the waves. So the waves are the ocean, but in itself, if you just look at it closely enough, you see that the wave is just a tiny aspect of the ocean. But look at the ocean, that's so big. And what about the wave? That just comes and goes. But they both are actually one. So even in the dream state, when you are actually behind the dreams, when you are so deep asleep, and next day you wake up and say, wow, I had a great sleep. I slept so well. I slept like a baby. I did not have any dream. So where are you gone then? Because in that state, you do not have your body, you do not have your mind, you do not have nothing. You have just none of your memories as well. Because truly who you think you are is just a collection, a bundle of the memories. If I wipe out your memory now and I say that, who are you? You would not remember. What happens to people who have accident and then their brain is wiped out of all of their memory? They have no sense of who they are. They have just lost their sense of awareness of who they are because their past memories has been wiped out. So if you think yourself as memory, as the collection of all of the memories that you have so far, this is another beautiful pointer that Maharaj talks about in I Am That book. I would want to share that. And he says, if you are so sure and so much certain about your memory, what happened to you? Do you remember every single second of the day, even today? Or even yesterday? And of past? So you see, your memory is pretty much like dream. It's hazy. It's broken. It just comes with certain points. You just have certain data points and you remember, like a flash that comes, like a vision that comes. Why is this also so much better that if you know this and you can then navigate through reality in a much lighter way, then your burden of your same old rules and things that has been put up taught to you that you need to do this and that, you still go about doing those things, right? Because you live in a society and you got to go by the rules of society. But there is also a deeper sense of awareness of the truth. And ultimately, like all of the Upanishads and Vedas have also said, that Brahman is the Jagat and Jagat is Brahman. So Brahman is Brahman, the entire creator, right? And the Jagat, the society, the Maya world that we are in, that is it's like the image of the moon. So there is moon in the sky, and we have the image, the reflection of the moon in the water. So you do not say that the reflection of moon in the water is false. You see, it is there. You do see the reflection of the moon in the water. You cannot say no, it's not a moon's reflection, it's sun's reflection. You don't say that. So actually both are true. There is the moon, which is the real, and there is the reflection of the moon in the water. So at one angle you can say those are two, pretty much like the same example of the ocean and the waves. So you can also say one tide or one wave in the ocean is different from the entire ocean, because see, look at the ocean. The entire ocean is so massive, and this wave, this tiny wave, it just came, appeared, and then would just dissolve back. But both are actually the same thing. Again, another example like gold and the ornament. So a ring made of gold, for example. So this ring is in turn actually just made of gold. But in reality, the true existence is in the gold. Now multiple things can be formed out of the same gold. They can be ring, or they can be a necklace, or they can be any other jewelry, right? But the underlying reality is the gold. That is the truth. So that is the Brahman. And basically, coming down to your experience, this is the analogy that you get from the material object and from your own life existence. You see that you are actually having there's the rule of three and the rule of two. So from two there is duality, good and bad, day and night. And from the rule of three, there is this being that witnesses and watches. So when you say rule of three, it's always you, me, and the relationship that we have. And that can in turn mean about anything. Like even say when you're reading this book, for example, I'm that. So I am reading this book. So I'm the subject, object, and the relationship between that. Reading. So I am reading this book. 3, the object. So there is subject, object, and relationship, and this goes on about everything. Even when you are just all alone by yourself thinking, in that also there is the Trinity inside of you. Even if you were left out all alone in this entire universe, in vacuum, still they would hold this Trinity rule everywhere. So this is really amazing. And time and again, when you feel like there's just too much out there and you need some sort of clarity, probably that's why religion and truth and all of these work was there, because it's impossible to be born as a human and not have challenges. The reason you are born is to have to go through the challenges. As another great guru talks about, that we are all actually born for the action, and the action is for the purification of the mind. But if you in turn turn inwards and ask where is the mind, like Ramana Maharishi says, then there is no mind. But that means before you have actually merged into the divine, you need to put in the effort, which means you just need to start. Like, for example, it's pretty much like in the beginning we need to put the effort, but gradually you will see that there is something else that has taken over, and the you which was putting the effort is no more there. And at that point you seem to flow and be in a state of, you are actually in the state of Tao. You are in a state of natural flow. You do not need to put in extra effort. The only effort that we put initially in doing self-inquiry, who am I, is only to get rid of who you think you are. Basically, things are already there. We just have to remove the obstacle. We just have to remove the self-created problems that we have put in our own way. And the problem is that we are so much attached to that. We think that we are attached only to desires, but that's not true. We are equally attached to our troubles. We are equally attached to our sad moods. See, if I give you Or if somebody just kept giving you and over showering you with everything that you wanted, you would get dead bored with life and you would want some sort of a challenge. You would want something that excites you. It's like the game that you play. So if all of the levels of the game was so easy, you would get so fed up, and you want some challenging things in the game. You want some resistance. You want certain attacks. You want certain enemies. And this is exactly how we are playing this game of life. So though we crib and say, "Oh, I got so many troubles and issues to solve, and I got blah blah blah, so many things to do at the same time," but you are enjoying that. And if you come back to this awareness, life becomes a game, and you can play the way you want. But if you think it's meaningless and it's pointless and is just going around in circles, for the end of the game is self-inquiry. Because even if you have played enough and you have been a winner all this while in the game of life, you still know that that's not the truth. And a human heart always gravitates towards the truth, even if that means it might destroy you. And this is the game of Maya. The way the game of Maya, this life is designed is, Maya seeks her own extinction, and there's a lot of joy in her own destruction. But you tend to play this game and act like, "Oh, I'm too scared of my own destruction," but secretly you love it. Everybody loves that. Because to be born is to die. The moment you are born, every second you are proceeding towards your death. And it's scary in a way, but at the same time, it's also fascinating. Because this thing has fascinated every single existence ever since, especially being born as a human. So that's why I wanted to actually talk about Bulla Shah. I've been enjoying this song, this beautiful song. I've sang it more than 10 times, and I think I'll continue that because of the divinity and the energy and the vibes that you get from this song. Thanks for listening. Bye.